let's talk about friction force. So we're going to focus more on kinetic friction and static friction. So what is static friction? So static friction is the type of friction that is present when an object is at rest, it's not moving. Then kinetic friction is the friction that is present when an object is in motion. It's making sense, right? Yeah, so let's say we have got an object that is moving in this direction, or let's say first we have this object that is just at rest. Now what happens? So if we have got a force of 50 newtons that is pushing an object, and there is an opposing force of 50 newtons, this object is going to be at rest, so it's not going to be moving. At this point, this friction force is static. Static meaning something is not moving. So the applied force is equal to the friction force, the static friction force. Now, the moment this applied force is greater than this friction force, now the object is going to be moving, and we expect to have the kinetic friction. The kinetic friction, which is going to be Fk. Now, how do we tend to find the same kinetic friction and static friction? Look at this. So I have got an interesting question which is saying a 25 kg block is initially at rest on a friction on a horizontal surface. A horizontal force of 75 newton is required to set the block in motion, meaning that was the force that was required to make the object to be moving. So meaning that was the force which was present when the object was not moving initially. Come on, guys. After it is in motion, now it is in motion, meaning now we have changed from static friction to kinetic friction. A horizontal force of 60 newton is required to keep the block moving with a constant speed when the object is moving with a constant speed. Constant speed has got acceleration of 0, meaning that the net force is 0. Look at this. Find the coefficient of static and kinetic friction from this information. Let's now come up with a free body diagram. The data that we have been given, the first one is we have got an object, the force that is applied. Initially, this force is 75 newton. Now, as it is moving, it has got a force of 60 newtons. But we have the friction. So I'm not going to say we've got static, but we're going to start with the first one. So the question is we need to find the coefficient of static friction. Static friction meaning an object is not moving. Therefore, the summation of the forces that we have the applied force minus the same static friction. So since it's not moving, the net force is 0. The applied force is 75 minus the static friction is given by mu s times the normal force. Now, another force that is applying here, we have got the weight force, which is mg, and the normal force acting perpendicular to the surface. So the normal force in this case is equal to mg. As simple as that. So then we are going to say, we are going to shift this to go to the other side, to the left side. So we have the mu s times the normal force is equal to 75. So normal force, replace normal force with mg being equal to 75. So we divide both sides by mg, even here by mg. So the mu s will be equal to 75. You divide it by m is what is the m? 25 times 9.8. So therefore our mu s becomes, so we have 75. The mu s is always less than 1. So the coefficient of the coefficient of friction is always less than 1. But there are some situations where you can find it to be greater than 1. But in that case, there is an explanation that we have to. There is a conclusion that we have to make. But at your level, it's less than 1. Okay. So 25 times 9.8, that is 24 point. How possible is it? It's not possible. So it's 245, not 24. So it's 245. So what happens there? I want you to understand this. the normal force is always greater than the friction force. Okay, that's the basic behind, because this is going to be on the denominator to find the mu. So then the mu s in this case is going to be 75 divided by 245. That becomes 0.3. Okay, so 0.301, which is the same as 0.31. This is the mu s, that is the coefficient of static friction. Now let's go ahead and look at the, now the object is moving, meaning when the object is moving we have kinetic friction. So when kinetic friction is present, we are going to use the force that was there when the object was moving. So here we are saying that after it is in motion, a horizontal force of this, that's what we have. Summation of forces, still the applied minus the Fk now. So now at a constant acceleration, the net force is 0. We still replace this with 0. It's different from that one, it was not moving, that's why it was. Now here it is at a constant speed. So the applied minus this is going to be the mu k times the normal force. So 0, the applied mu k, then this is mg. Shift this to go to the other side, mu k times the normal force, which is mg, is equal to F divided by mg divided by mg. These will go, and mu k will be equal to the F divided by mg. Let's go ahead and plug in the values. What are we going to have? So there we go, guys. Mu k is equal to the friction force is, or the force, the applied force is 60 divided by the mg is, the m is 25 times 9.8. So the mu k is 60 divided by 245. Now what are we going to have? Let's see what we're going to have. Now we have the mu k being equal to, so we have 60 divided by 245, and I'm getting 0.2449. Should I round it off? No, I will just say it's 0.24. If you want, you can say 0.245. Mu has got no, it has got no units. Why? Because you always have the force, the newton on top, down newton, so they tend to cancel. That's the basic idea. Remember, I have explained more concept under, I've got more videos under newtons, under this subtopic for friction. Just go on website, you'll be able to find the video. If you go on website, you'll be able to find the videos of this. Okay, so I think if you have gone to our website before, I just want to show you something. If you have gone to our website before, you are going to be able to see this. So go on physics, you'll be able to find very interesting questions there. Under Newton's laws of motion, I've got all the topics under Newton's laws of motion, plus the practice questions, the past papers, that can help you to go far in your academic journey. So as you are watching this video, I hope you'll be able to explore our website and at least check the videos that we have. Yeah, so that's what I wanted you to know under friction force.